I know you are well conversant with the following teachings. For example, when you look at the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 38, this one everybody is well conversant with, and many churches have been teaching about this doctrine. Verse 38 of chapter 6 says, let me start from verse 37. It says, judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down and shaken together, and running over shall men give into your bosom. For with the same measure that ye meet withal, it shall be measured to you. Many of us have been given these teachings from the various denominations and churches. But truth be told, this was not the correct teaching of Jesus Christ, that when you give, it shall be given to you. Because this is actually what he attributes to men. I want you to listen to what Jesus himself taught about his doctrine when it comes to relationship with men. It all started in chapter 6, verse 26, where it says, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to their false prophets. When all men speak well of you, there is absolutely something wrong that they are not telling you. And so Jesus discouraged the publicity of the people, and he's saying that is exactly what happened to the false prophets. They were publicly acclaimed and elevated to higher authorities by virtue of what they said which pleased them. And so Jesus says this is a war. It is not, and it is not godly. And so what he says, but I say unto you which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you. That is the doctrine of Jesus Christ. You don't give to get, but love not expecting anything. Bless them that curse you, and pray for them which despitefully use you. Verse 29, and unto him that smiteth thee on one cheek, offer also the other, and him that takes away the cloak, forbid him not to take thy coat also. Give to every man that asketh of thee of him, and that taketh away thy goods, ask them not again. Let me jump to verse 35. It says, but love your enemies and do good and lend, hoping for nothing again, and your reward shall be great, and ye shall be the children of the highest. For he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. Be ye merciful, as your Father also is merciful. This we see that a very different or divergent view of how we relate to one another as Christians and how men of the world relate to one another. Because the men of the world judge one another, and that's what the Bible says, judge not, condemn not. But here we are told that give and it shall be given unto you. Good measure pressed down and shaken together and running over shall men give into your bosom. That means this is the principle where men operate in. For example, if a man gives you, he expects back even twofold, threefold, or according to the covetous nature of a person, he expects you to give him much more because he even gave you when you need. So we are not supposed to give with an expectation. Jesus was teaching here that when we give, don't expect it back. But what we are being taught in our various denominations is that when you give, you will be given with a greater measure, pressed down, well shaken down, and running over. That is the principle of the world, and that is the principle of covetousness, not the principle of Jesus Christ. Give without expecting anything. And that is the good doctrine of Jesus Christ. Be merciful just the same way your Father in heaven is merciful.